you.
We're not supposed to be talking right now. Can I talk right now or no? Vocal webcam.
And welcome to episode 13 of BTBtv. I'm with you as always, Sing Mao, and with me is Ruben, Mania the Wiz, and Molly Poop Pop. Did I say that out loud? Tonight we'll be discussing the Spring Challenge recap, our new point system, and our next event mostly. We'll also have some other talk about the Spring Challenge replays that'll be up on YouTube and some commentary being done on those, and a new contest being pushed out soon. So let's go ahead and get some thanks out there for the Spring Challenge. We really want to thank Dave Easley for sponsoring the tournament, and all our other partners, Halo Trackers, Squid Grips, everybody else who supported the Halo Council, every community site that actually helped us out there, 343, everybody. Thank you very much for a very successful tournament. Thank you to our staff, especially Swoko and Danger Boy. You guys really stepped it up when we needed you to, and it was that is greatly appreciated. We also want to thank every team that participated, and congratulations to Wake Up for winning, United for second, and Master Theory for their third place finish. Let's go ahead and start. What did you guys think of the Spring Challenge, you guys?
I mean,
I would just like to say that perfect bracket was perfect, except for perfect mix fucked up my one spot on the bracket. Otherwise, perfect bracket was perfect. So I'm happy with how all the teams played. I feel like the bracket didn't reflect, or the final scores didn't reflect how close some of the matches actually were. because some of those games were,
I agree.
even though like some teams may have taken it like 3-0, some of the games were much closer
Yeah,
than
really close.
what that reflected.
Shout out to our 18-minute meltdown standoff.
Yeah, that was actually.
That was the most ridiculous game of Halo 4 I've played to date.
There was a lot of stress going on there. Like people's adrenaline was pumping.
Like, that got to the point where Connor, so Relevation stopped talking for us. Cam was talking to a friend, but he stopped talking. Horace basically wasn't talking. Who else was in that game? Z was limited talking. I was limited. It was just like in the zone because we were so like I don't even know how to describe it because it was so frustrating.
Basically, you all went Yoshi or what?
Pretty much. Like they were still calling out, but we got into United's base at least 3 or 4 times, and we killed their flag carrier twice, and they all spawned back inside their flag. It like blew our mind that happened, but like it did, and we just couldn't get a recov. It was pretty sad.
It's a tough. That's a tough matchup. What did you guys find as like the most exciting matches during the that you actually got to watch?
I think the United Master Theory one was probably that one. Besides the grand finals, was probably the most exciting one that I got to see. I think the Wake Up Severgon one wasn't nearly as exciting as it could have been. Like that one was a bit of a letdown, honestly.
I mean, I got to watch like half a game of that, but the game I did look over to watch, I think, was a Vortex Slayer that was like 800 to 400 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so that didn't go over very well.
Well, it's funny because I thought that they would do well on Complex and Solace, but they actually got shit on harder on those maps than some of the actual like quote unquote big team maps. So I was surprised that they didn't do better on Complex specifically.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mao. But yeah, I mean, I didn't get to watch anything except for the finals. So, I mean, I remember the Perfect Mix Coons game that was streamed. I remember there was a pretty big comeback that Perfect Mix pulled off.
Yeah, game 1 of the whole tournament, like the opening game, Perfect Mix spotted Coons a 2-0 lead on CTF Longbow and came back to win 3-2. It was amazing.
I'll have to go back and rewatch that. I missed some of that match.
It was a great match.
So, yeah, that was like the 8 seed versus the 9 seed. And I think that was the one I messed up. Should have given Coons the 8 seed and Perfect Mix the 9 seed, I guess.
Molly's goal in this entire tournament was just to get a perfect bracket. Nothing else mattered.
It would have been perfect. But, oh well.
Yeah.
I'm happy with how it went overall.
Oh, so am I. I'm really happy with how the whole tournament ended up.
Considering it's Halo 4, I mean, can't do better.
I mean, I guess that's a segue into the weapon rebalancing.
Yeah, well,
Molly lol Halo 4s. So.
Yeah, speaking of Halo 4 and our attempt to balance it for competitive merit, we have a lot of weapon updates coming. June 3rd, I believe, is when it comes out. Is that right, Ruben?
I believe so, yeah. Did you say June 3rd or June 3rd or June 4th? One of those two. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, early June. First, week. The BR will be beefed up to a 4-shot kill, so that's something that everybody remembers from Halo 2 and Halo 3. Everybody wanted that to begin with, and that's what we're getting back.
They lowered the fire rate a little bit, though.
Yeah, they did lower the fire rate a little bit, but I'm still really confident that's going to be a really fast kill, especially on mostly smaller maps.
Yeah,
like on big, huge maps, okay, it'll beef it up a little bit, but on arena style maps, it's going to be way fast.
Well, Bravo wrote it
good considering they're keeping sprint in there. It needs to have a faster kill time.
Like what Bravo wrote up in his little like summarization of what they're doing is the BR actually consistently beats the DMR at close range now, like not even dependent on skill level. It's like there's actually like a difference between the guns now.
Define close range. What's the cap?
So inside the aim assist range of the BR, the BR beats the DMR.
Right, I would say that's
40?
inside radar range, basically. Yeah, like 40 meters.
And then so outside of that, where the DMR should beat it, it does.
Yeah, it does.
But inside the 4-shot kill, so inside a red reticle, the BR will beat the DMR if you hit 4 shots.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the other one we actually forgot about. The carbine actually gets a boost as well. Its damage is being.
Yeah, is it a 6-shot kill now?
Yeah.
So.
And I think they increased its aim assist slightly, or they did something else to it.
Will anyone still ever use it,
for a skilled carbine user,
Abner.
they could beat. Yeah, Abner, basically. No, Vito likes the carbine too.
So 2 people in all of the Halo world.
Yeah, 2 people at least all at ours.
2 people out of 30,000.
Yeah. The DMR has been reduced to its aim assist has been reduced to the light rifles range now, and personally, I think that other than the trade-off of light rifle versus vehicles and DMR versus vehicles, the light rifle will dominate on 4v4 at least. Don't you agree, Ruben?
Yeah. And just to put it in perspective for people, by reducing the DMR's range to the light rifle, that's cutting the DMR's range basically in half. So there's not going to be any more sitting top mid, hitting people like in their base on Ragnarok with aim assist. Like that's not going to happen anymore, which is a good thing for the entire game.
Well, I really should have looked at that graph before, but isn't it its full range 120 and its aim assist range 90 currently? Is that correct?
I think it was 150 and then 120.
Yeah, it was 150 and 120.
And so now its effective range and its aim assist range are going to be the same thing at the light rifles. Because the light rifles effective and aim assist was both at 70 whatever. And so now the DMR matches that.
So it's going to be 90 full range, 70 aim assisted range? Is that what the DMR is going to be?
70-70. So whatever the value.
So like it's going to have aim assist through its full range?
I believe so, because the light rifle also does.
But its range is going down.
Yeah.
But the light rifle, I mean, it requires you to scope in on 1 shot to get that 4-shot kill, so it adds another element that the DMR doesn't. So
if that's what
the DMR is still a
saying.
5-shot kill.
Yeah.
Where the light rifle is still a skilled light rifle user's 4-shot kill will beat a DMR.
Yeah. Because
it's the same amount of aim assist, though.
Yes.
The same range of aim assist. The amount of magnetism is unknown.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't actually know what the amount of magnetism is, but the range of aim assist will be the same.
And you're gonna notice that the magnetism on the DMR goes down because the reason it seemed so prevalent was because its range was so ridiculously large that like you could shoot Spartans that weren't even as big as your reticle, so it looked like your bloom should be making your bullets miss. But because of the magnetism, the bloom actually exists, but your reticle would bloom out and just get pulled back into the center. If that makes sense. I was using hand diagrams, but you probably can't see them. So like the light rifle always shoots in a straight line. The DMR technically does have bloom, but its magnetism at range was so ridiculous.
See, I thought the bloom was simply like visual. It didn't actually have bloom.
Yeah, according to Kevin Franklin and Bravo, when we talked to him at PAX, the bloom on the DMR is aesthetic only.
Yeah, there's no.
There is some minor spread on like deviation of bullets, but it's basically nothing.
Yeah, so that's like what I mean is that so deviation of bullets essentially is bloom. I mean, it's not
right. The bloom has no effect on the deviation of where the bullets go.
Yeah, it's
you
not
expand them as fast as you can, you'll get the same effect.
So it's not like Reach pre-title update.
No,
100%.
It's not even this. It's not even the 70% we used in our settings.
But it's to the point where at range, because the DMR had so much aim assist, that you could just shoot away, and even if you technically missed, like the target could be like the size of a penny. It would still hit it for you.
Right. So yeah, we'll have. I think the light rifle will become more prevalent in the DMR again in foot soldier battles.
So we might have to reassess if we add the DMR in the settings.
I still think the DMR will be a viable pickup on the map like it is now, and so will the light rifle because of its effect versus vehicles. Its long range is still better than the DMR, better than the BRs, and its effect on vehicles is better than the light rifles. So I think long range, like against Banshees, the DMR will be better.
So I think the light rifle though might be viable as a starting loadout now if you want to take it. Not like a 4 starting loadout, but if you want to win the infantry fights, then you can take the light rifle. But then keep in mind, if your entire team pulls light rifles and then the enemy runs a hog, you are essentially useless.
Yeah, if the enemy has a Banshee or a hog up, you're kind of screwed. Yeah,
like you're going to shoot 200 whatever shots and kill it. Okay.
Yeah. I think I'm going to post that on the site pretty soon, actually, now that it's been long enough that it's no longer a secret MT that holds.
It's like 70 shots or something.
Yeah, I'm going to post all the effects of weapons versus vehicles, and you'll get to see the like 200 shots it takes from a light rifle to kill a hog.
And then it's like unscoped is like 330 or something.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's like if your entire team all fired their full clip, you'd be shooting for a very long time.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah, Vito just brought up something in the chat. On maps like Ragnarok, where we have the damage boost near light rifles, now that is a huge threat. That is like truly scary over there. If that stays, is what I'm saying. If there a damage boost light rifle now is actually like devastating.
If we remove that, Z might quit Halo.
I don't think we should remove it, honestly.
I don't think we should either. I think it should be
it's limited enough in its location.
And damage boost doesn't last forever, so it's not like it's...
No, exactly. And it's an area you have to control.
All right. Swoko's given me a message that he has 400 Microsoft points to give away now. So, you guys know the deal.
Yeah,
if you get Kevin Franklin to remove Flinch from this game, we will give you 400 Microsoft points.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. I don't even think it's possible.
If you can get Kevin Franklin to remove Flinch from the game, we will give you Molly for a day.
Right. I'll make you an admin on the site.
All right. So, bam.
Well, I'd give you the site.
Right, there you go. You'll become the owner of BigTeamBattle.net if you can Kevin Franklin remove Flinch.
All right.
Now, you mean remove Flinch or just remove it and replace it with D-Scope?
Remove it and replace it with D-Scope.
Oh, okay. See, that's more difficult.
Okay. You have 15 seconds to follow and post something in the chat so that we know you're here. 400 Microsoft points. What's that? Half of a map pack?
It's a good 400 Microsoft points is a good arcade game.
So, any of you that are bored or can't afford map packs.
Or like, can you buy Uno with that?
Yeah, you can.
You can buy Uno with that shit.
Well, he's like, I'm taking
that's what I'm saying. So decent. You can get some of the really good indie games too for that.
All right, there goes nothing. Speckner. Are you alive, good sir?
Can you post in the chat?
Speckner.
Say something in the chat and you get your code.
Why is there something on the screen?
He isn't following.
Why is what?
Definitely following.
Why is Louis sweeping on the screen? I don't.
All right. Got nothing out of the Spectre guy.
Vito's saying he got DDoS. The worst ever. All right, you've got coming up on 15 seconds. Speckna.
Speckna.
Better question, where can I get that shirt? Which shirt?
Louis'
Rob's shirt?
Right there.
Molly's shirt? Pretty sure you can get Molly's shirt from Molly.
No, the sweet Louis.
Oh, that shirt?
Yeah, the Asian guy's shirt.
Alright, time's up.
Yep.
Prolac is not following? Oh my god.
Who's not?
Prolac.
Really, Prolac. That's embarrassing. That's
Wow.
embarrassing.
Okay, wait, God Hand's already won stuff. We aren't doing God Hand.
Oh, burn.
Oh,
Pitbull.
wow.
Yes, I made God Hand
Yes.
mad. I should have
He's
taken him
never
off the thing anyway.
Not impressed.
He's mad. I bet you it's just because he has an A in his name.
What?
Alright, I'll do this. If Pitbull doesn't respond in the next 30 seconds, we'll give it to God Hand.
I know Pitbull's in there.
Well, it says he's in here. But
I know, but yeah, Pitbull's in here. I know he is, but
I forgot.
He needs to actually be watching. Pitbull, say something.
say something or we're forced to give it to God Hand. Oh no.
Yeah, right?
You won that fair and square. There's nothing fair about a random drawing.
That's why it's fair. Random is fair.
Yeah.
Random's never fair. Not-
Unless it's in Halo.
Yep.
Then that's not so fair.
Well, that's not supposed to be random. All right. I guess that's
Yep. Okay, it's God Hands.
it's got hands. Congratulations.
Congratulations, God Hands. Now you have 2,000 Microsoft points.
Yeah.
No. Is it $100 in Microsoft? No. What did he win?
He wins $100 worth of
400
Microsoft points. 400 Microsoft points. He wins $5.
All right,
Congrats.
for real though. Now, God Hand, if you win another thing, I'm calling this app rigged, and you aren't winning it. All right.
All
Back
right.
to the show.
Well, there's that. Back to the show. So we also have, as we've talked about the rifles being changed. We also have a chain gun upgrade for the Mantis and the Warthog. That's a big deal for us too. I don't think the Mantis will end up being like a walking Hornet anymore. I mean, it's not just an assist machine; it'll actually kill stuff with the guns, which is a good idea.
Really? See, I don't think that they should.
Yeah,
I don't think that they should boost the.
I still believe in my
Chain
last
gun.
episode.
I think they're
They already got
upping.
rockets. I mean,
They're those rockets are like straight lines though. They fly. They're straight. They don't home in on anything. You can't lock on.
yeah, but I mean, do you really want that thing killing people from across a map?
I don't think it'll kill people. No, the spread on it's still the same. It's just the amount of damage it does is be better.
Yeah.
If you hold down the trigger, the bullets still go all over the frickin' place.
Yeah, but still, I think it's supposed like the Mantis should be used at closer range. Like it should.
Well, it'll have
if you're shooting
you'll
like
still have to do
you
it.
may shoot it straight, but like if they're pretty close to you, it's still gonna kill the person with the rocket. It's a rocket. It's like what 3 or 5? How many rockets? 5 rockets.
It's 6.
And the rate of
rockets
fire is pretty
split.
fast on that thing too.
Yeah, that's not the issue. It's the gun doesn't do any damage. It is basically useless. So
Yeah, but why wouldn't you? I mean, you have it has rockets also in addition.
yeah, those rockets don't really do anything. Yeah, the only thing long range on the Mantis is the rockets, and they're really hard to use from that far.
I know that's the thing. That's a good thing. You don't want people like to get killed from the Mantis like from across the map.
Well, they won't. The chain gun upgrade isn't increasing its range or accuracy. It's only increasing the damage.
I know, but
So it's still
like,
close range.
I'm
It
just
makes
saying-
it makes the chain gun a short range option to actually defend itself.
it has rockets short range.
And a foot.
And a foot that only can kill from one direction, and it's really sketchy. You could stomp right on a guy and it not do anything.
I would be perfectly fine with the
I
Mantis.
think it takes a lot to bring down. Like it takes so many
Well-
freaking. It has so much freaking health that it's
Right, with
already.
the amount
Maybe if they
of-
reduce the amount of health that it had, then they should buff.
They're upgrading they're upgrading the BR's damage, therefore the Mantis won't take as much to kill now.
We'll see.
Like, the thing that they've done with this is every vehicle in Halo has kind of had a purpose. Like, with the exception of the Scorpion tank. The Scorpion tank's OP. It always has been.
Yeah, it always has been.
But like,
except in Halo 3, where it was only OP for host.
but like the Mantis, they had basically established it as like a tank. Like a tank is in like the MMO sense, not the like drive around, boom.
That everybody has to shoot at.
Yeah.
It pulls aggro.
And what I'm really hoping they're not doing is making it like tank slayer. Because then that's overpowered too. That's the same thing as a Scorpion. You can just like drive up through like 5,000 people and just be like herp derp, boom, 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 like get 10 kills.
Yeah, I don't think that's what'll end up happening. I don't think it'll be upgraded to like ridiculous power. I still think it'll be really slow. It's damage at long range, it'll be basically nothing. I mean, it'll still be easier to damage from long range. I think it's only close range that it'll really help. We also have the Warthog's chain gun getting the same buff.
That I think is necessary.
That is necessary.
I agree with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because as of right now, even like a Banshee, it's just like you're tickling the damn thing.
Yeah. I think all the problems the Warthog has had for the last couple games is due to the Halo 3 Warthog, which was like, for those who want to be honest about it, was crazy overpowered. I mean, you could kill it, but it was easy.
If you didn't have a laser,
20, 30 kills a game in the Warthog.
Like, I remember.
Well,
like,
it was on Reach too against random.
Right, but any amount of organization was able to kill the Reach Hog. I mean, the thing was made out of wet paper towels, so
it rolled so easily. That was the thing about the Reach Hog. Like it.
Right, well, this one does too. If
not
it
as much as the Reach Hog, not as much as the Reach Hog.
Not as much, but if you hit a stray blade of grass, you're flipping.
I remember in Halo 3 though, standoff 4v4s in Team Slayer. If you played
that was the best.
Like if you played at 50 high, the objective was get laser, run a hog, game over. Like period. You just trap the other team in their base and win. If they try to step out, it's just like dead.
Yeah, it was one of those things that BTB players would go into Team Slayer and like laugh at like Team Slayer tryhards when they voted for AR starts on standoff. Like you'd get so much hate mail, it was hilarious.
Also, I think another thing that they've done to the Warthog, I just remembered this, is they've added cooldowns to it. So you can't just drive around and keep the chain gun on full spin forever.
Exactly.
Like you can burn the thing out.
I thought it already ran out. Doesn't it run out already?
Yes. So in Halo 3, you could just get in the Warthog and hold down the trigger
down the whole
and
time.
in Halo 3.
Then you max out the
spin.
Hell. And so you just be like through people, and it's just like free kills because the chain gun actually worked then. But now in Reach, Reach had a cooldown also, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it did.
And so it had a powerful chain gun.
It has more of a cooldown, I believe, than Halo 4 does.
Yeah.
Halo 4's the reticle on the Hog in Reach is larger than the one on Halo 4, from my experience.
Yeah,
it is.
You have to be more accurate in the Hog on Halo 4.
But at least
and it doesn't flip quite as easily, which I like that better. Like I think that you should have to be more accurate than like the Reach Hog, but I wish it was a little bit more grounded, I guess you could say.
Yeah, and so like they've kind of like hovered around the Halo 3 Hog, where it's like in Reach they made it this, what Rob said, made of wet paper towels, but it could actually kill stuff. But then now in Reach, you've got a decently tanky Hog, but your gun just tickles. Like even like foot soldiers, you literally just walk by and you're like tickle, 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 tickle. Oh, my chain gun burned out. Nah, I gotta wait now. And, like the Banshee, like the strats on Longbow have essentially been to bring a Warthog to laser now, but it's like even if a Banshee flies directly at you, it can take enough of the Warthog's chain gun to fly at you, fire a Banshee bomb, turn around, and fly away.
Like, well, I mean, look, the Hog isn't really worth it to get in to actually use as a weapon against full teams in competitive play. It wasn't in Reach, and it's not in Halo 4.
Well, even in Halo 3, the Warthog's limitation against a full competent team was limited due to Team BR.
Which is good.
Yeah, that's the way it should be. The Warthog should be a support vehicle that works well in flanks and exactly. It shouldn't be a tank.
It shouldn't be a troll. Like right now, it's just a troll. Like how many
Right,
times
but
do you see
No, that's
Siphon
the
in a
mantis.
How many times in a game do you see Siphon just get in a hog without a gunner or a passenger just drive across the map? It's just like, hey, we have
Yeah,
no other
because this
use
is
for our
pointless.
warthog. Might as well
Yeah.
just sacrifice it to something.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. So yeah, we're hoping that'll be a big update too. The big thing everybody wants to know about though is our next event.
Drum
What is our plans
roll.
for this summer? How can we come up with something now?
We have plans?
We do have plans.
Oh.
Well, we have ideas of plans.
I was like, I thought we had ideas, because, I mean,
We
I
have
don't
ideas.
have a plan.
Yeah,
Dude.
we have ideas.
Rob is the man with a plan. He may lead nowhere, but he has a plan.
Right. I have my personal idea is returning to the split league, and several people have actually said that they are really, really interested in coming back with that. And I'm wanting to know what you guys think and what the chat thinks of a return to a premier standard or whatever we end up calling it.
Put Mini Slayer
I
in
guess,
the league.
I think that, like, on paper, league is a good idea, but I think what happens is that people burn out always halfway through the season, and then it's just like the end of the season always tends to be lame. I don't know if we would be better off doing a month's worth of like pool play or something like that rather than
That
like
might be interesting.
full league. I mean, a month of league is really, only like 2 or 3 matches, really, if you're going to be honest about it. I guess you could say 4 if they get them all played, but much past that, people they're all gung ho about it at first, and they're like, halfway through they're busy or whatever. It's a pretty big commitment.
I think what happens is people go in, same way people go into tournaments. It's like, oh, we're going to win the whole thing. Yeah, wake up, you're going down. They lose round 1. They're like, oh, fuck this, I'm out. So it's just like, that happens to like 90% of teams where it's like,
Right.
we're going to win, and then it doesn't happen.
Yeah,
So,
well, but the
what if we
problem
came
is,
up with-
like, teams are like, yeah, let's join league, it's gonna be awesome, and they show up for 1 week and then they never show up again, and there's like a whole schedule around it, and half the teams drop out, and that's usually league has always been a major headache for me in that respect.
So what if we came up with something that promoted them staying interested, like an idea of like a entrance fees, like $5 a player. That would, for a 10-man roster, that's actually not that much. It's less than what 4v4 teams pay to play in other events. I think, and it'd be adding to a prize pool.
Yeah.
Bigger.
I can see that. The only other thing is there enough staff to be around like every single week to make sure that all the matches are like when you have money on the line, like staff has to be
has to be really dedicated
of what's going on with every match. They have to be around to handle any issues that come up. They have to moderate lobbies. I mean, when you're talking money in online tournaments and you're talking hosts and you're talking booters and all that bullshit, people recovering tags. So is there enough dedicated staff to do how many matches every single week?
Right. That'd be something we'd have to put together. But I think that's something that would keep people interested. I mean, it's something that they wouldn't be so readily just to be like, well, we have nothing to play for, so screw it.
Yeah.
And so I guess this is a question directed at the chat. Is like, would you guys prefer to pay out more than just top 1? Because that's a big deal. Is like, we can see it's obvious. There are a lot of teams who are like, I would totally play this, but why just feed wake up money? Is pretty much the attitude.
The other thing is, it's like if you're gonna pay out 10 players more than top 1, they're gonna win like $5, and then it's like, what's the point? Well, like you can pay out a good prize.
The larger the prize pool, the more the payout is. let's give an example. If this is not saying that we have any, this is not a guarantee. This is only an example.
Hypothetical.
So, hypothetical only. If we have $2,000 and we pay the top three 70, 20, 10 percentage, right? The winning team gets about $140 a piece. Second place gets like 70 a piece, and third place gets like 20 a piece. Now, if they only paid $5 in each, sure, they only made $15 on like third place. But the more we get as far as donations and other
signups,
other people putting money into it, we get the prize pool gets bigger. You go up to like $5,000, and they end up getting a few $100 each, and that's not a bad deal, honestly.
$5 play like a month and a half of Halo.
Exactly.
You have to keep in mind, like you're playing Halo, like
right. It's not like we're asking you to like stock shelves or something. You're playing a video game.
Yeah, but think how many teams you're going to need to get $5,000. How many matches is that going to be to regulate every week?
Well, as far as the real format, we could do pool play. We can do a league. We can come up with something like that. But
I can pull long hours.
Right. I think
I have nothing better to do.
I think an entry fee with payment to the top three, splitting the prize pool, would be a way to keep everybody dedicated.
Because you still have a chance to win.
Right,
Everybody's a win, but not really. But
not really. Right. Top three is winners. If we had other prizes, we can come up with other prizes. Like this tournament, second and third did end up getting prizes, just not cash.
Yeah, they got map pack codes and
they got map pack codes
on Halo Tracker.
Supporter status. Yeah. So I don't think $5 per player for a 10-man roster is too much to ask, really.
No.
Someone in the chat's posting, charge them $20. How many people would honestly pay $20?
Did you get? Yeah. Who's paying $200 a team? I don't think anybody would do that. Wake Up might, just because they think they'd win it. No,
I would pay $20.
MT finished third. Disclaimer.
How long? Okay, so if we ran league or pool play that way, then how long? 2 months?
I would think like 6 weeks.
6 weeks?
Yeah, I think 6 weeks would be good enough. You run like
six matches?
Three games a week. I think 3 games a week would be good.
I don't think you can get. I don't know if you can get them on for 3 games a week.
You don't think so? People play that as customs all the time. I mean, just look at the last month before the spring challenge.
But not scheduling with another team is different than seeing, what team is on right now that we can scrim against. Like, 2 teams scheduling is. I mean, some of them couldn't even get 1 game in a week.
And so then it comes down to: are you willing to donate, or are you willing to not donate? Dedicate $5 to make sure you can schedule something.
Like, yeah, that's really what it comes down to.
It's no longer, we can't make our match, so we get a loss. Well, let's just quit the league. It's like, well, you paid $5, so thanks for donating to somebody's prize.
Yeah, that leaves us with something that we still gain if they screw us over by quitting. That's really what it comes down to.
What you could do is you could have it be a set night a week, and the matches are back to back.
We could do that.
Mm-hmm.
I would think that would really be the only way to do it. Otherwise, when you're looking at scheduling, if you allow the teams to schedule themselves or you schedule the match for them, teams are, especially with, I'm just saying that running it when there's not money on the line and teams like, forcing a forfeit because they're, uncompromising about schedule and so forth like that, then throw money in the mix it would be a headache. You'd almost have to regulate everything and say, okay, it's going to be Friday or Saturday night or something.
Right. So
back to back.
Would people be more open if we didn't schedule for them, but said, okay, these are like the 10 time blocks in a
windows.
week
Yeah.
that you can play at, and so make like segment some time. So if teams need to play in the afternoon on like Wednesdays, all right, put a time block there. If majority of people want to play on Saturday nights, okay, then we can just tell each other as staff, like, okay, we need people available on Saturday nights to go check lobbies. Like,
Yeah, I think what we can do is we can get, when teams sign up and they pay their entry fee, they give us a list of when they can play, and we try to find everybody. We try to find a staff schedule that fits with those. I think that would work out pretty well. But again, we'd have to work that out.
Or
But
they have
it's
to
just-
do a
it's just
match like
brainstorming at
on
this
Wednesday
point.
night and a match on Friday or Saturday night or
Right.
something.
Yeah, something like that. And we find staff that can fit those lobbies and deal with it.
and also, these would also, in theory, I want to get all these streamed. Not all of them, but a lot of them. I want the channel to be more active than it has been, i.e., only Game Sager or me streaming to it. And so, if we could get more teams that could stream, then that'd be beneficial, because then the stream would be active more often. People would have more stuff to watch. You wouldn't have to put up with BTBtv once a week. Or you still could. Oh my god, Rob defending his Twilight addiction.
Dude, they're right there. Yeah. I'm just saying, that's not
No,
a Twilight
here's the thing.
addiction.
Here's the
Seriously,
thing.
I've read
They
one chapter
realized
of the
just
first
from the
book and then
binder
never
that
touched
they
them
were
again.
Twilight, which means they're familiar with those books. So
Exactly.
they should be talking.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was Twilight.
Yeah. I also have Dance with Dragons right here. Yeah, so there.
And then right behind that, 50 Shades of Grey.
Actually, no, there's none of that.
Streaming
So-
equipment, what to buy so expensive? You can get, if you have a good PC already, you can get a good capture card for like $200, and then you're set. And I can tell you right now that $200 is pretty much worth the investment, because you can also use it to just record stuff. So, if you think about the lifespan you have and the amount you use it, it's probably like less than a cent per minute.
Yeah. Oh, look who's in the stream now. Prolac, who doesn't follow. And you don't have Twitter? That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about follow the stream. I'm dying. I'm done.
I quit, man. A captain of a team doesn't know how to follow a channel.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't even follow the stream. He could have won 400 Microsoft points. Yeah, he doesn't follow the Twitch stream because he doesn't own a Twitter. Just saying.
So okay, so for the players that are in the chat, would you want 6 weeks of 2 games a week, $5 entry fee, pay out top 3 teams? If there was enough interest, would that be something you would want to do?
Press 1.
Press 1.
Press 1 if you guys would pay an entry fee and play it. It would pay out more than top 1.
Some of us can't get on during the week. That's the joy of a league. Is that
Yeah.
And that's why you have more.
That's why you have 10 players instead of.
Would we have to bump?
8.
Would we have to bump it up to 10 if we're bump up from 10 if we're?
I doubt it. I don't think we would. I mean, if that's something they'd rather do, then okay.
I guess 12 max would be my opinion.
Yeah, I wouldn't go any higher than 12.
Because then you get to the point where Costa, people like him, just ride
didn't
rosters
play a single
for
game
$100.
and is now yelling about how his money isn't in his bank account already.
It's gonna go to charity, Rob. It's gonna go to charity.
It's going to Amazon so he can buy a bunch of N64 junk. He's a liar. I saw his Amazon gift box.
Okay, Prolac, what was your idea? I saw it in all caps, but it was so grammatically incorrect that I had a hard time reading
He
it.
doesn't follow the stream. Don't listen to what he says.
So, Mac League to see if Real One will work. This provides practice and availability, reliability of teams before they publish a map. They test it, right? That's not a question. That's just
A statement?
Yeah.
Poorly worded?
You're making a statement to me and kind of going, test it, right? Huh? Like, what? Explain yourself. Anyway, so I saw a lot of ones. Some ones. Oh, Rob died.
Dun dun dun.
Will he come back from the dead?
You
Play
audibly
two.
play. Goodbye.
Oop.
Your video.
Oh, my
went-
video just dropped.
Yeah.
Jesus streamed his funeral service.
We are gathered here today to commemorate
Nah.
the memory of Sang Mao.
Yep.
We're gonna have tourneys for DLC codes. Those will most likely
Leader
be
of
a
Master
prize.
Theory. Admin on
Still
BigTeamBattle.net.
I'm done.
Grand Wizard of all.
You guys.
Dude, best Magic player on BTBnet. What was it, like you 6-0'd Woo?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
What's your official title again? Rob, I forget. What was your title? Great.
What?
Your title, what was it again? I can't remember.
On what?
Was it on MT? Something like it wasn't like me trying to joke about the Grand Wizard thing, but what was it like?
I actually don't know what you're talking about.
Come on.
No,
on.
seriously, I'm completely lost.
This is the worst funeral service ever.
Yeah. All I'm saying is, yeah, I 6-0'd Elk and God Hand in Magic. They're bad.
What's your Pokemon rating though?
I have no idea. Costa's the Pokemon player. He's the best Pokemon player on BTBnet.
All 1v1, anyone, Uno, anytime.
Molly's got
I'll
a
say,
level
I
100
always love to play-
Blastoise. Get off her dick.
Okay, so what are we talking about next?
Let's talk about the
Forge?
Forge
Oh.
test. Talk about Forge
Before we
test.
move on, someone go start a thread and discuss that last idea. Do it
What?
now.
There is
Some-
a thread open. I mean, there's a thread that I have started about what format they would like to see for upcoming tournaments, league.
So somebody
etc.
find that thread and comment in it.
Yeah, start talking.
I bumped it the other day. Hold on, I'll go find it.
Okay, continue with what you were saying now.
Forge. We need Forge maps. Any of you people who out there who think they make good Forge maps, make good Forge maps. Send them to us. We will test them. Sergeant, there's a thread on the site right now for anybody to submit a Forge map. Get us a Forge map. We already have somebody working on a Sandbox Exile Sager. That's already being worked on. And I agree, that's a map I would like to see come back or something similar to it.
Just don't call it Exile, please.
Yeah, don't call it Exile. I think Salty's calling it Dog Fort or something like that.
Yeah, that was because that was the original. I mean,
Yeah, that was the
what
original
he
name of
called
it before he
before it
changed
was
it to
Exile,
Exile.
which I think it should have stayed Dogport personally.
Can we just call it Dog Fart? Please.
Dog Park.
But do we want to discuss what one of our ideas was?
Oh, maybe. Maybe
Maybe.
We want to wait until we.
I don't see. I don't see why we can't.
I think the primary thing we're looking at is we want a large arena style map, not small arena like Solace, but a bigger arena map, more like
Exile.
yeah, more like Fortress or Exile was in Reach. With light
Where you could
vehicles,
run a
but
hog,
mostly
basically.
where Team BR can work, but like light vehicles, Hog or Ghost or something would be effective. I know Salty is working on a map like that, so if you guys think you can make one better, work on it. We also want a large. We're looking for a really big symmetrical CTF Slayer map, akin to something like Ragnarok, but not as
Bigger. I'd say bigger. And
Yeah,
not
bigger
not
than
as thin.
Ragnarok, and not as like everybody complaining about it as Ragnarok.
Something that would preferably play CTF
Big
really well.
Yeah,
Not
something.
deceptively symmetrical.
Yeah, a big vehicle CTF map.
Something where you don't walk the flag from base to base. Where that is not a viable strategy.
Right.
But what Molly was saying before, when did we talk about this? Like, you posted it in the chat like earlier this morning, I think.
Maybe.
Something like that. Do you want to say it or?
Yeah, well, we have the $500 giveaway for when we hit a certain amount of followers, subscribers, etc. on Twitch and YouTube and all that jazz. But we were talking about breaking that up into smaller, like $50 and $100 increments too, for multiple ones. I'm gonna talk to Dave. I'm sure he doesn't care. He said we could pretty much.
I don't think he cares how we give it out as long as like it gets given out
or whatever. But we were talking about maybe taking 100 or something like that to a Forge contest and having a set, criteria that we put out of what we want to see in a competitive big team map, and then people submit their maps. We take the staff would pick like top 5 and maybe do a community vote for final, and but we wouldn't just accept anything. I mean, if there's no winner, if there's not one that would be good enough.
Yeah, we're not going to just pick one. Well, this is the best of the crap, and we'll give you money. No.
But one thing that I'm pretty sure Maclan would have mentioned it if he's on the show today is, I think I mentioned this in the past, is the biggest problem we get with pretty much any map is that it's imbalanced in some way.
Major Jackson for also bringing up that idea.
Major Jackson, we love you. So, like, the biggest problem that we get with Forge maps is that people don't playtest them enough. There are, hundreds of people on the site willing to playtest your maps?
Yeah.
Make sure they're playtested, because John Maclan can fix your spawns. If there's something wrong with the way the spawns work, he can fix that. He can't fix if, like, half your map is broken and creates, like, unbalanced gameplay.
Right.
Like, you might as well just start from scratch for that.
Here's the other thing. For
frame rate, all that stuff.
That's as I say, make sure your map is playable in split screen.
Weapon placement, spawns, that stuff can be fixed, but we don't have to recreate a map if it's jacked up and there's frame rate and all that.
Exactly.
Bull.
Yeah. Halo 4 has an issue with host getting frame rate lag in certain areas anyway. So there's some of that is going to happen. But do the best you can to make sure it doesn't have frame rate lag for everyone else, and that you can try to get it played on split screen.
Pretty much. And that just comes from don't clutter areas and don't have really long sight lines that have a lot of stuff in them. So if there's some way, like if you absolutely need this sightline to exist, then like block off the sky of your map or something, just so that there isn't so much for your screen to do, because that's where frame lag comes from. Is your Xbox just can't render everything that's there. I think the same thing happened on Fortress, as if you sat in the back of your base and hit reach, your game would just freak out because there's just too much to do.
Yeah, so I mean, right now, what we want mainly in maps is a truly symmetrical, larger arena map that small vehicles can, buzz around the outside of, basically, for CTF and Slayer. That's what we need.
Yep, that's what we would like to see over anything else. If you have like just an incredible map that plays something else well, go ahead and send it to us. We'll try it out.
If you have an idea for a King of the Hill map,
or another extraction map or something like that, go ahead and send it in.
Because I know we've been wanting to try King of the Hill, but it's been so similar to Extraction that every map that plays King of the Hill well plays Extraction better.
And we need more Slayer maps. We really need more Slayer maps.
You can Sager, but I think there's like some. You want to know if you can make Griff Ball work in Assault, basically Griff Ball with guns. I think there's some compromises you have to make.
Yeah, there were some issues with it. I think they tried it.
You can throw the bomb. So you could just have someone puppy guard a base and just chuck the thing and then be like, oh, bomb armed. Game over.
We'd like to see it tested. Like, put it out there, play it. Play it all day. See if it plays well, but I think
Can you set it so that there's no instant arm, or you have to would that solve a throwing?
Yeah, you can't disarm. That's one problem. Two, I don't think you can change it from instant arm.
That still might be an okay idea.
Yeah,
instant arm could work if you made it really hard to arm. So some past BTB maps that played Assault were, here's your platform, just go plant the bomb on it.
Where you couldn't throw it in, if you set it where it's not possible to throw it in, they had to actually,
fight their way in and then plant it.
I guess if you did that, if there's no disarm but it was a bitch to actually arm it, that could be something. Or you have to actually go into a room and arm it or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I want to test it, but I'm thinking the compromises made would be too much for competitive play.
Kind of. Yeah. The way I imagine it is if anyone has seen, whatchamacallit, Lord of the Rings, the battle at Helm's Deep, planting the bomb and Griffball should basically be what the Berserker has to do, is just take 1,000 arrows and just kind of suicide yourself to get the arm.
Right.
You are a giant nerd.
I run a stream on a BTB site.
Sadly, I understood your reference.
Yeah, as I say, I don't think anybody did know what he was talking about.
Yeah.
Hey man, for the 2 people in the chat that are probably like, oh my god, I know what he means. High five to you.
Right. So here's the other thing.
So Kevin Franklin, please give us Assault.
Yeah, Assault would be great.
Please remove flinch and put in de-scoping instead. Please. No, I won't say that. Please fix other stuff wrong with the game.
AVA Dino Blasters. Let's do it.
Should we have should we do some 8v8 sniper maps? That would be kind of fun. 8v8 sniper.
No, we shouldn't. At all.
I think we should.
No, we shouldn't.
Big Team Snipers is so fun.
Would be amazing. Come on, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do let's do BTB SWAT too. That was great. That worked out real well.
At least snipers take skill.
Yeah.
As much skill as snipers took as much skill as BTB SWAT did with DMRs.
Nah.
So, Ruben, you're gonna have the games up on YouTube, right? Everybody, give him the games.
If you played in a match, send me a message on Xbox Live, IVIANIIA, and I will cap it and upload it to YouTube.
Right, get that up on the YouTube page,
and you'll be famous. And if you're in the finals, we will commentate your game.
Yeah, they were really good. We'll commentate them. After this, we will have customs. Swoko will be running customs from the BTBnet customs gamer tag. Swoko, if you can put that up in the chat so everybody can see what it looks like, so it's spelled correctly. I don't want anybody freaking out.
We also forgot the point system.
No, we'll get to that here in a second.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay. We will be... we are talking about a point system for BTBnet to designate placement in each event. Those of you who have been playing here a long time, I think we've talked about this a while back. Ruben, if you can go into more detail with that.
Yep. This is going to seem really familiar to MLG for anyone that has played the Forest community. I did. But there's going to be modifications to it. It's not. There's no way it can work the same in a BTB format as it does in an MLG format. So before the chat just starts spamming stuff. So basically what we've thought over is, because there's a lot of, not hate, but anger in the last event and in the event before that, when seeding has basically just been, we kind of know some dudes on your team. there's your seed. And
It-
so
it-
Hey,
Molly did a good job.
The last two events have come out almost perfect with
almost
seeding.
perfect.
But
Both
9,
events have
8,
come
9.
out
That
that way.
was it.
if we get a bunch of teams that are unknown, then seeding is going to become kind of a hassle. And we want to make longevity at BTBnet something that's viable. We don't want it to be one and done for a bunch of teams. We want teams to have an incentive to stay around.
Yep.
So we've decided to start doing, or possibly,
I said, don't just love us and leave us.
Yeah.
So what we've decided to look into is a point system where placement in events adds to your total points as a player, and that will carry over to your team seeding in the next event. So however many points a player has at the end of a previous event will then get added to their team seeding for the next event. So if Wake Up were to enter into a tournament with 10 players, they would have an overall score of 10,000. Or
Yep.
they have 12 players. How many people are on the roster? I think it's 10.
No,
Yeah. 9, 10, something like that. 11? Who knows? I can't do math.
it's 11.
So they'd have 11,000 points. And so if there was any team that, it's not possible right now, that had more than 11,000 points with their combined roster using the point totals from previous tournaments, they would get seeded above Wake Up. So if next event, they drop Dragon, Godhand, and Costa, not saying that's going to happen, but if they were to drop them and pick up people that have never played before, and those 3 players go to a team like United, United may end up having more points than Wake Up. Something like that could happen. In which case, United would get the 1 seed, Wake Up would then get dropped down. So this is just an idea of something we started from this past event. So everybody that played now has a point value.
Yeah. Plus, dropping Costa is like I already know it's going to happen. Like it happens every time, like every other week. So everybody's just going to assume Costa's getting dropped from Wake Up.
But he'll be re-added, so it doesn't
But
matter.
he'll be re-added right before the event.
Yeah, and so for the upcoming league, if there's any team swaps that go on, players will carry in their value. If you haven't played in a BTB event,
Your value is 0.
Yeah, your value is 0. So we're going to start keeping totals now after the spring challenge, and then from any event forward, you carry a value with you. We may have to call it like the end of, I don't know, would we call it like the end of the year? Your value gets reset, or
Possibly.
something like that.
We might have to look
We
at
could
that.
almost do it like kind of arena style, where there's a new
Right.
reset.
Your
center.
old value is kept track of, but your new value for the next season is 0.
Yeah, and that's what matters for further events.
Right.
And so we're looking in.
Sometimes
Costa-
we might just randomly add points to MT players, so
Yeah, for the
be
bias.
prepared for
Those
it.
bias points. Costa wants to know if his AGL points will transfer.
Did he even get? I didn't know that not making it out of pool play counted as points.
Oh,
That's like saying losers bracket round 2 at MLG won you money.
He may not have been. He got 5 points apparently.
No.
Does his 5 points transfer?
Dude. For how much I support AGL, I'm going to say no. No, but just in terms of fairness, because how
are
many?
we going to do it in increments of 100, or like do 10 points, 6 points? Or are we going to do larger increments?
So it'll have to I'll have to do the math out if we get more teams. For this one, I started at 1,000, then second place got 600. Then I just started cutting it in half for placements down there, and then round 1 and round 2 were bulked get together. So if you lost in round 2, you got like a bulk set of points. So all the way through Sevragon just gets halved. But then Sudden Death and Black Sheep, Most Hated, and Coons, who all finished in second round, all get 75 points. And then Perfect Mix and Birds of War were the 2 teams that actually played in round 1. So they all get 37.5 points. I mean, if we had 300 teams playing in this tournament, then we'd have,
eventually people would get 0 points.
Yeah, you'd
no
be
matter
getting
where they
like
finished.
0.0000005 points.
Yeah. If you get less than we'd put a limit on it. It would be like no, like 5 points is the limit. If you get less than 5 points, we're putting you at 0 or whatever.
And actually, that's something that I could have show up in their profile on the forums.
Yeah, that's something we could put together.
Under their gamer tag.
So how many points they have.
Yeah. And
so
so
should be great.
That would be your e-penis for the day. You could point check people on the forums. And then actually Molly will also give you a reality tab, and it'll show whether or not you're in reality or not.
Reality checked.
Yeah, you can just start going around reality checking people. But yeah, so in theory, if this doesn't end up working out, then we'll cut it. But in theory, for any event from now forward, points are in effect.
So we're starting with this one. We're not going to do the winter.
That I think we could do that, couldn't we, Ruben?
I mean, we could.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is that something that you would want us to do?
I mean, we could ask.
We could. I guess.
Yeah, it wouldn't be incredibly difficult.
You basically go back to the bracket and just be like,
yeah, it's not that hard. I have the bracket saved.
The only thing that makes it more difficult is I have to figure out what players are on what teams. But
that's not that difficult either. We still have the stat Google Doc that had all the rosters.
Yeah. So
the only ones that would be difficult was people whose gamer tags changed, which I think we can find out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Walrus pup time.
Yeah. What the hell?
And on this doc right here, it's all by forum username.
Say what? Oh, forum username.
Yeah,
right.
So this is all forum username. So
not gamer tag.
Yeah, I think that about sums it up. So everyone goes try to steal half of Wake Up's roster, and you'll get a number 1 seed.
That's right. Pick up Costa when he's inevitably dropped. Pick up Godhand when he inevitably quits. And pick up Disclaimer when Siphon kicks him off the team.
It's okay, Pat. You're empty at heart.
And Electric when he goes MIA.
Yeah. Electric when he dies. So, again, we're going to have the customs after this. If any of you have maps in your file shares or you have maps that you think that you have made that are really, really good, get them to Swoko. He'll be running customs after the game, BTB.customs, or after the show. Get those out there.
That's the joy of the off-season.
We will test them. Everyone will test them. They will break your maps.
Please, please, please do not go offline during the off-season. Play, break stuff. John has, I think he's going to create a thread for each map. So you can go in and bitch about whatever map you want.
Game of Thrones, woo! Sorry.
Yeah. Dude, episode 6 was the shit.
I enjoy Breaking Bad.
I like Psych. Go Psych. Everybody should watch Psych. Show's amazing.
I get to finish Mad Men Season 1 tomorrow in class. Yes.
Right?
No,
all right. So, was there anything else anybody wanted to come up with? You guys, it's Q&A time.
Question and answer.
Question and answer.
Dude, we need to get like a little animated graphic that I can play every time we go to Q&A. Just be like,
yeah, I would like that.
Q&A. Oh yeah, also, we're still looking for editors. So if you know how to like edit animated graphics and make cool looking things,
send us a message. Tweet at us or send us a PM on the site.
Because like that's something I want really bad.
So. Oh yeah. Yes. That will be returning. Sorry I couldn't get it up for this last tournament, but VBookie will be returning as soon as our next event is.
Costa, yes, I have Star Wars, 2 Star Wars posters, and a Johnny Cash poster up. You just can't see them because they're on other walls.
Okay, Horse just caught you, man. Horse caught you so bad.
What? What?
You said, sorry I couldn't get it up.
That's what she said. Right.
Teach me how to GIF in your SIG on BTBnet. Put image tags on it.
Image tags, yep.
Find the GIF file, then put bracket IMG, bracket the name of the file or the link or whatever, then bracket/img bracket.
Yep.
You'll probably forget that in 5 seconds, but
Yeah. Will there be a nasty spreadsheet for stats from Spring Challenge like the Winter Tourney?
give me 2 weeks and I'm on summer
Yeah,
break and I'll
it'll
get you
probably
stats.
give it a couple weeks because it'll take a little while.
I get out of school on the 21st, and then
Yeah.
May 21st, and then after that, like you'll have all your stats and pretty YouTube videos and everything.
So there's that.
Who is what?
Um,
Senpai? Oh, yeah, Danger Boy's got like 10 billion posters.
Anybody got anything else? I'll give you 1 more minute. I have a Battle Royale poster.
9 Kill Bill poster by David Carradine. I'm assuming
I
that's
know.
before he was it Vietnam where he died during some particular sexual activities, some kind of choking
It was
incident.
Thailand. He died of autoerotic
Thailand.
asphyxiation.
Yeah, the way to go, I guess, if you're gonna go.
Gonna go. You're gonna go.
Will we ever stop
Am I a
making?
wizard? Hell yeah, I'm a wizard.
Will we ever stop? I don't make fun of you in commentaries, man. I stay professional, and
Wait, who?
until you give Oddly a reason to not make fun of you, he will continue to make fun
Is
of
Costa hurt?
you. Yeah,
Aw.
he's kind of angry.
It's all out of love, yo.
I personally don't hate you. I think, and
Right.
mostly Oddly's just giving you a hard time.
Why does Louis want to shave my facial hair? And no, Costa, you're not the best. And yeah, Vinny, I love you.
When are you guys putting race back on the map? So when we find maps that don't get broken by race.
I love wraiths.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna point out that I really love
I would
wraiths.
just
So
like to say it's really too bad that people don't get to see Rob and Matt Clan like going at it in the staff chat about race and vehicles on maps.
Rob, I really don't think that the man just belongs there. Yes, it does.
that's not even close.
Yes.
It's not even close.
Nah.
Here's the thing. Yeah,
Rob's
for
a
all you
rager.
people that complain about how BTB doesn't have enough vehicles and stuff, I'm like your only protector in the staff. Everyone else hates you.
No,
Hey,
no,
I
beer
understand,
represents.
Alan.
Everybody's like, vehicles suck. They're broken. I'm like, it's big team. It needs vehicles. They're like, fuck you, Rob.
No, dude, beer will stand by you. Beer on like at least a weekly basis will tell me that.
Beer will come in and rage with me about vehicles.
Actually, what I think is really funny is when people start like talking about MT bias and how all the maps are and settings
Yeah,
are
right.
like,
And
oh my god,
MT does-
so
MT
MT
can't
made or
even
whatever. It's like if you only
decide
knew
amongst
that how much
themselves.
MT fights amongst themselves.
Yeah, because we all take it
don't
seriously.
agree at all about anything.
Yeah.
Can you
We all take having balanced but still true to what BTB is maps seriously. We're not. There isn't like we're only building maps so MT can win. That's like most ridiculous like idea some of the people in the community have.
Siphon mentioning more race than Scorpions. John, me, Bob, even Smacky, Pat, like we all want the Scorpion to make an appearance, but
Yeah, but
like,
where?
I would
yeah, like,
I would really like to see a Scorpion on a map, but like how?
and so
I mean, I can't think of a possible scenario where the Scorpion doesn't break a map.
yeah, like Exile, like how did that happen? But like, so if anyone played or was testing for season 3 in Reach, there was a map called Caracolito. I remember that name.
Yeah, it had a neutral
God.
Scorpion.
So that was a map where the Scorpion worked, but then the rest of the map didn't work.
Yeah, the rest of the map was broken by the fact the Scorpion could function.
So it's like, if someone like, hey, if you
It
want
was
to,
built on a mountain. Okay, that map sucks.
yeah. So like, if you really want $100, like really bad, like make a map that works with the Scorpion and is not broken as fuck for everything else, and
Yeah.
you will most likely win $100. Like,
You'll probably you'll have a really good chance of winning. So Yeah, that's the end of the Q&A, and that'll be the end of the show. You'll have customs coming up. Join Swilco for customs and get those games in. Thank you for watching. Hit that follow button. Follow our social media at official BTB. Go to
All of that
YouTube
stuff.
at official BTBtv. Get us your ideas in. Thanks for playing, and big ups to Brooklyn. Shout out to Jersey. Thank you and good night.
See you guys next week.
That you think you're gonna die when your heart's a minute beating, makes you wanna cry. When you feel you can't go on with this somber life, every time you get close to the top, you fall crashing down from the sky. Crashing down from the sky. Crashing down from the sky. Oh, crashing down from the sky. Do you ever get that feeling when you think you're gonna die? When your heart's a minute makes you wanna cry. Do you ever feel that sinking in your stomach to the floor? When your hands won't stop their shaking and you can't take anymore? When everything you've lived for just walked out the door? Every time you get close to the top, you fall crashing down.